Welcome to Ride Along Live for today, right here. How you guys doing? Welcome to the ride. As you come and go ahead and share up the team, because we have a what? A very interesting conversation. Yes. This one you don't want to miss, you know. This one you don't want to miss. Let me share it up as well, guys, because I have a few friends that told me, listen, when you see you come live with Specky today, if you don't tag me, we're not friends. Yeah, they give me firm warning. So let me do this before if I want to keep my friends and them. In the meantime, guys, do like I'm doing right now. If you're a good friend, share the program right now, because this is going to be an exciting conversation. I'm being a good friend. I'm being a good friend, guys. I'm being a good friend. Yes! Two more. Hey, how you doing, Isha? How you doing, Shirley? Mavis, Kibbs, how you doing? Big up yourself. Nice. Share the program quick, like I'm doing right now. Boom. All right. David Salfali. Big up yourself, David Salfali. Guys, today, as we promised on Ride Along Live, we have a man that probably won every single competition, almost every single competition in Grenada. Yeah, almost every single competition in Grenada thus far. He is referred to in the Grenadian circle, Grenadian Soca fraternity, as Uncle. Yeah. And today we're going to have a historical conversation. We're also going to have a conversation that is happening. It's like the elephant in the room, but we don't scared to deal with it, because a lot of people, for some reason, looking at this artist and for somehow thinking that he should retire. And he heard those calls, guys. He heard those calls. And he decided this year, 2023, he's going to come back in competition and answer your question. And Elimus Gilbert, the inspector, also have some word for the newer guys, younger guys on the block. Full conversation here, guys, with the man himself, the hitman, Hurricane Raja Elimus Gilbert. I hope I don't miss none of them. Hurricane Raja Gilbert, hitman inspector. Welcome to the ride. How you doing, my brother?
Thank you very much. Are you hearing me?
Yeah, I'm hearing you just fine.
All right. Thank you very much, and greetings to all the viewers around the world. And thanks for having me. And you know that I'm also a fan of Ride Along, because I always tune in.
Appreciate that, man. Appreciate that. And let me say, full disclosure, guys, me and Specky is real good friends, right?
Yeah.
We chat all the time, we vibe all the time, we talk about good stuff, we talk about controversial stuff, but we remain close friends, no matter what. Very good friends, and I appreciate the friendship, Specky, over the years.
And you have to tell them sometime after the program, you go call me, what you think? What you think about the competition? Yes. What you think? Or I go call you and I go say, Junior, that's a good idea for your program next week. People don't know that, but they know now.
They know now. Yes. We have this nice rapport where we can conversate about
from
things.
From way back.
Yes. So this conversation is really conversation amongst friends, but I wanna get some historical recollection from you, Specky, because we ain't gonna jump to 2023 yet. But what a lot of people don't understand, what a lot of people don't know, that you've been in the music fraternity for many years. So let's go back a little bit. Your introduction into music. Let's talk about that. How were you introduced to soca?
I used to be between Old Pan and the St. Patrick's Anglican School step. Netball was a big thing in St. Patrick's. When you see Sunday evening, netball. People crazy over netball. So after netball, everybody hanging around or liming the local terms and nothing to do. So me and my friends, blind fortune teller, even our boy who's singing now, we used to be beating Old Pan and just singing anything. And one day my neighbor saw the talent in me and she said, why don't you take part in the Junior Monarch? And I said, no, because I was very shy. I was scared. She said, take part. Then the name inspector came. I was in Form 1 in SAS, and he had a book, Exploring English for the Caribbean. You went to SAS, so I don't know if you knew about that book, Exploring English for the
Yeah,
Caribbean.
yeah, I know about that book.
And in the class, he always have a comedian, and I was a comedian in the class. So they gave me a part to act Inspector Frog. And I did that part so good that the children leave the name for me. But I take out the frog. I didn't like the frog. So I take out the frog and I use Inspector. And one year I heard that the Carib Calypso tent, led by Lady Cinti, the mother of the great Lonnie Spark and Electrify and the Praying Mantis, wanted artists in the tent. And I went and I gave my name. And they'll say a word for the night. If you interview them, they will tell you that. I went and rehearsed, and don't say a word for the night. I'm mashing up the Calypso tent, and after that, don't say a word for the night. Sometimes when they announce, coming on stage now, Inspector, and the crowd get wild, a backstage slipping. You understand? And my start was in 1985. But I also had an interest in Calypso. Like anything you do, you have to love it. I just always tell people that. I will give a quick example. When I was in Form 1, I said that many times before, I heard that the Black Wizard and the African Tailor was coming to perform. And I stayed back to look at them. The little money I had in my pocket for lunch, I paid to go and see African Tailor. I used to travel with a boss, Alan Packer, big boat boss, by the month. Yeah? By the month. And when the boss leave me, or leave Grenville, the show finished about after 7 minutes to 8, and the bus left since about 4 o'clock. After 3, I think school used to finish 2:30. So the bus leaves since about 3 o'clock. You know, I had to walk from Grenville to Sotters because of the love of Calypso and soca music. My neighbor had it all. They had it all. They had the television. They was like bourgeois. And I come from poor family. We don't have no television, nothing. So I used to sit on my neighbor's step to watch the Mighty Sparrow and Gabby and Griner and Beckett and Arrow and learn something. And when I sit down on the neighbor's step, Junior, I in the right on top of the step here, in the bottom, peeping. And you know what is a black and white TV?
Yeah.
Sometimes the neighbor will embarrass me and say, "Boy, go home, you're late, you know, your mother do a work to do, go home." And I peep in to watch Sparrow and them to learn something. So I just telling you that to tell you that I always had an interest in Calypso and soca. I used to get up in the night and listen to Trinidad the March Girl and listen to Penguin, woman do like soft man. And I hearing all them guys without even knowing the face. Because I always had an interest in that.
Right. The Junior Calypso competition, I remember you being on that stage, right? And I was on that stage too, way after you, because I always was in love with Calypso and soca music, but that's a different story. Were you frightened being a young kid, not knowing, you know, what people may say, not knowing how people are going to react to you? Was it any kind of fear in you that you had to overcome to go and perform in front of that stage, and how did you overcome it?
Well, a lot of fear when you have to face the public. Because remember, when you have to face the public, they get into your personal life too, you know. Remember, they get into your personal life. They look for anything to put you down. You know, they look for anything. But I was frightened, but I was fearless because this is what I wanted to do. This is what I wanted to do. And the thing about my talent that not all, but the majority of Grenadians show me love in the beginning. The majority, Junior. Sometimes I will perform. And when I don't sing, no other artist can come after me. Or sometimes artists who sang before me and the people don't clapping or they're not dancing, they will come back sit and they will say, "What? These people mean tonight, boy. The only person who go and shake them up is Inspector." I get that all my life.
Yeah. What was the antic then that you think captivated the audience?
Well, I don't know. I was no handsome man. I think my style. My style, because the majority artist was going with the pa-pa-dam, pa-tam, pa-tam, pam. The pa-tam, 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 pam. But I came and I changed a lot of stuff.
Right.
I put vibes into the March Girl. People will tell you we didn't have no soca monarchy in the 80s and in the early 90s. But the Majgra was like Soca Mona.
Yes. Second rung.
Second rounds was like Soca Mona. And
Yeah.
I put that vibe. Well, not me alone, Jamo had that style too. But I was more up than the Jamo with the up tempo because Jamo was more sweet and Jamo is a singer.
Right.
Yeah? So my style was different. Even though I sing a social commentary, the people will still party. We go in the wrong way, ba, ba, da, da, da. We go in the wrong way. So let's pass it big up. That pass it big up. And I was complaining about the ragamuffin in the carnival. So I was always with that up tempo message, but with the up tempo.
Right. What would you say was some of the, when you look at Calypso now, I know we kind of jump in the gun a little bit, right? And let's not look at now. Let's look at the changes that you saw from 1985, from the time you sing dance up on to the early 90s. What changes did you see? Immediate changes in the soca, in the Calypso in general?
Well, the Majgra in the 80s, first rounds, you had a social commentary. Second rounds, the majority, not all, but the majority had the bacchanal, the up-tempo with the message. The fight, the warrior. And some people used to stay home, cook. They used to call it tambole. They cook in first rounds, and they don't miss in second rounds.
Yes.
Because second rounds is when everybody on the toes.
Yeah.
You understand? And then 1994, Beast and Scholar start beating people like crazy. Well, from 93, because although Scholar came second, but between 93 and 94. And then they came in with a different style that the first rounds commentary, second rounds commentary. And nothing wrong with that because judges never tell us we have to come and sing a slow song and a fast song.
Right.
You could come with your own style.
Right.
You could go with two bacchanal tune and win the crowd. It's how you tell your story and it's how you present yourself.
Yeah.
Some people feel if you don't go and you sing the ba-ba-dam, ba-dam, or if you don't cause the government, you don't have lyrics. No. It's how you tell your story. You understand? So Beast and Scholar change it over the years. Because, remember they come in rough, eh?
Yeah.
And then they change it over the years. But that was the style. That was their style, So that changed over the years.
What about the writing? What changed about the writing? Because, of course, time changed. Back in the 80s, were there a particular focus that probably changed over by the early 90s?
No, I wouldn't say that because who want to sing on commentary, sing on commentary. Who want to sing on party, sing on party. Everybody have their own style. The great King of Jamo who won about 8-9 times somewhere around there. I'm not 100% sure on the, so if I make a mistake, forgive me. But Jamo never caused the government. His style was, nation building different things and, he never caused the government. So the writing, every artist have their own style. And if you put 10 Calypsonians together and tell them sing about Ridealong, everybody might come and say, well, Junior George is a tall, light-skinned guy, but they go sing it in a different way.
Right.
And they call that originality.
Yes.
So everybody tell the story different. One man go come and say, Junior George tall and Ridealong good, Junior George tall and Ridealong good. And next man go come back in, Junior George Ridealong good, Junior George. Right, you understand?
Yeah.
And every artist just think their style is the best style and their style is the right way. And that does be the problem because everyone think the story and the way they tell the story, them is the best. Just like if you put every artist to judge themselves, they crown in themselves.
Yeah.
Because everybody think the song is the best and their style is the best. That's a different topic.
What about the competitiveness now of the artists in that era? You had a Jamo, you had Black Wizard, you had Mantis, you had
Squeezy, Smokey.
Yeah. Talk about the competitiveness between that time, because at one point in time I heard somebody say that you and Jamo at one point in time Jamo kind of eased up so you could have come in and win a crown.
Well, Ajamo stayed away because remember he used to win a lot and a lot of
Right.
threats and a lot of old talk, the Obian, but the man was just good. And he stayed away in 1993. I won. I remember in the last verse I say Ajamo Smarty not coming back, so I get a chance to kill them with heart attack because Ajamo was hard to beat.
Yeah.
Whether you like that man or not, it is what it is. Once you beat Jamo, it's like beating Sparrow. And Scholar and Beast will tell you that any time you have to walk to beat King Ajamo.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
So back then was just war. And it was fun because me and Jamo never remain enemy. Never remain. We might be pickon, we might, criticize one another song, we might, say things we are humans. But we never remain enemy. And back then people like the war. People like the war. Just like recently the war with St. David's and St. Patrick's in the Soca Monarch with Warsways and Boise. That's the way it used to be back then. Because remember that's how the tickets sell, eh?
Yeah. That war.
And it happened right around the world. Look how people are behaving over basketball.
Yeah.
That's how the tickets sell. A lot of people don't understand that. And the carnival committee like that. That's how the tickets sell. People don't understand. It's a competition. And we all want to win. The night everybody head different. Everybody angry. Sometimes we passing one another street. Nothing personal, but we all want to bring out the best. And we have fans. Because people just bet money on competition, And when a man meet you in town and he say, hey, do good day next week, I have my money on you, He mean that,
Yeah.
I lose already and see fans cry, Junior. Good cry. I'm not crying. And I see fans cry in my presence. Good cry, not no joke thing.
Yeah.
So that's the way competition is. I know on the night, husband and wife separate. One like a Jamo, one like Inspector. One like Wizard, one like a Jamo. And they separate. And then they go home together after the result. Vex, because the artists do win. But that's just competition.
That's the competition then.
That's the competition.
Let's talk about the introduction of Soca Monarch. And again, we like to have you on the program because you could give that historical recollection, that historical view. We can't get it all the time. We don't get it all the time, so it's good that you could give us that history. The introduction of Soca Monarch. Were you in support of Soca Monarch, and what was the early challenges of Soca Monarch from where you stand as an artist, stood as an artist?
Well, nothing wrong with Soca Monarch, and I didn't have no problem with it because I go tell you something. Every generation tell a story different, right? If you listen to Marshall Montano interview, Marshall will tell you he started out in Calypso, around the Lord Kitchener and the Sparrow and them, and their style was different. But he had to change for his peers. He said that all the time. He had to change for his generation, right? And Soca Monarch was more the younger people who go in and jump up. The older heads introduced into the Calypso where you relax in the savannah and you dig in the lyrics, serious lyrics. And sometimes second rounds up tempo with a message. Not all generation like that.
Yeah.
May I repeat? Not all generation like that. I'm not saying it's a good thing because they had to know that culture, but not all of them into that. There is a lot of young people who don't like pan. I'm not knocking it. I was just being real here. There is a lot of young people who don't like pan. They don't go to Panorama. And there is a lot of young people playing pan. And young people still don't go and listen to them.
Right.
And if you ask me what is the reason how that will fix, I can answer that question. Then go into it.
Yeah.
You understand? But they will put, if you call a young person now and you ask them who is the Calypso King of Grenada, they might think, and fumble to answer the question. The majority. Call them and ask them who is the Soca Monarch King. Not only Grenada, Trinidad. They go quicker tell you who is the Soca Monarch King.
Yeah.
You understand where you're coming from?
Yeah.
I'm not saying it's the right thing.
Yeah.
But I'm just telling every generation. You know what's happening now? You see all them young people, they see the jab, everybody jab. The most popular tune in Grenada at the moment is jab. And the majority of the young DJs, this is what they play, the jab tune.
Right.
A lot of them songs you hear from Soca Mona quarterfinals yesterday and for the past 3 days, them songs ain't on the radio, you know. If they're on the radio, they ain't playing, the majority. The jab taking over. Jab, just name jab. Jab. Jab tune more popular than all them other songs.
Yeah. I want to go back a little bit and play back this track. This one was an early performance of Specky. This one is Hurricane. For those of you who remember.
People keep on telling me, don't come in competition no more, cause they getting fed up with the result of the Masgra show. Every year is same thing, like they holding something against me. Entertaining a foreign country, forget them and the monarchy. But I tell them I win everything already, and tonight I could do it again. Inspector, don't surrender easy. So I come in back like a hurricane. My people, don't get me wrong, they can keep a good man down. You have to be very strong to fight this struggle. You cannot sit down and cry. You have to hold your head high. This is what I'm born to do. My fans don't feel blue. I want in them all in. Coming like a hurricane. No result can stop me. So far hurricane. Tell them critics louder. Coming like a hurricane. They go hear the thunder. So far hurricane. When I done, they go have to call my name, because I don't play no kind of game. Anybody trying to keep me down, tell them inspector say they have it wrong. Calypso business getting worse than politics. Specky, you talented for true, but they have the thing well fixed. Inside your own country, you don't get encouragement. They go always do you, behaving jealous and ignorant. Listen, it's a long way we all have to travel. Some may rise and some may fall. Have some faith and no evil. Them things cannot hold me back at all. They go always in my face, cause I'm staying in the race, and I am in for the top. I will never give up, and I win and never quit. Always coming back for it. I have to watch with my goal, fire in the soul. Don't get too nervous. I shake Grenville, so far hurricane. Don't tell me calm down, coming like a hurricane. I hope Queen's back strong, so far hurricane. Spreading news all over, coming back. Cause I hate when they keep me in the dark. On the television and radio, they must make time and let the public know.
And that, of course, was the Hitman Inspector. Specky, you know, a lot of people that's watching the program, they remember those days as if it was yesterday. Tell us about this performance, Hurricane, in the back then it was a Queen's Park.
Yes, and I did saying to myself, you know, I write that song under pressure. And artists write good songs under pressure. I will tell you that. I won the crown in 1989. Then 1990, I lost to Ajamo. 1991, Ajamo again. 1992, Ajamo again. And I came fifth. I came fifth 1990, fifth 1991, fifth 1992. And I decided, no. One year I went to Miami for Carnival. Myself, Troy Garvey, and the late Carl Wilson, John Carl, was hanging out in Miami. Remember Hurricane Gilbert?
Yeah.
Passed through Jamaica. They had a hurricane in Miami about a month before Carnival. I think that hurricane was Andrew, if I don't lie. And everybody had jerseys marked, I survived Hurricane Andrew. Then when I look at that, I say, Troy, what about Hurricane Gilbert, boy? Because Hurricane Gilbert had passed through Jamaica. Remember Wild Gilbert?
Yeah.
Troy said that's a good idea. And I went back to New York and I put pen and paper together. And I want to tell you something, Junior. All my good songs, or all them songs people consider classics, I composed them. I sing some nonsense in my life already, I will admit that. But when I decide to put pen and paper together, I'm a dangerous man. And that night performing, I also scored the lowest in Simmons in the semifinals. I barely made the finals in a junior.
Mm-hmm.
I scored the lowest in Simmons and I was very upset because I find Hurricane is a very good song. And how come I scored so low? I was mad, I was upset. I tell the fans I'm not taking part.
Mm-hmm.
I remember the whole country, everybody was talking about that. You know? And I just decided, boy, I had to go out there and do what I have to do. Yeah, so I perform under pressure and I also compose under pressure. And under pressure, I bring out the best in an artist. And any great artist will tell you that.
Yeah. We're chatting here with Elymus Gilbert, the inspector. I just got some word from the folks that's watching that the live is ticking. I'm not sure why, but let's see if it clears up shortly. Guys, if you're hearing this, if you're hearing this and you're on the live, I want you to just give us a thumbs up because we got some word from some of you guys are watching that some of the live is sticking. All right, it's supposed to be. Internet is everything is good on our end unless Facebook having a little bit of an issue which they were having earlier today. So let me know if you guys hearing this. Let me know if you guys seen this. Give us a quick thumbs up. Give us a quick thumbs up, guys, if you're hearing. If you're hearing and if you did. In fact, let's take a quick commercial break and sort out the internet situation, and we'll be right back. Don't move. You're watching Ridealong Live.
What do you know? The NLA is giving you an additional chance at winning in its Crazy Cash Second Chance Parish Giveaway. Yes! Starting June 10th, enter your non-winning Daily Cash 4, Daily Pick 3, or Playway tickets valued at $12 or more in a single purchase for a chance to win over $25,000 in cash. Be sure to write your name, address, and contact info on your entries before dropping them in the NLA branded box at your favorite authorized agent. Draws will be conducted every Friday starting June 23rd to July 21st.